Okay, now, how loud is this? Is it too loud? Am I blowing out everybody's eardrums? So I can adjust it. La 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 la. Hello. Can you hear me now? Missing an ear. Is that a green? It is not a green screen. Look, it's the infamous unpainted, unframed door. Sounds good. Find a mic. Okay, good. Okay. I didn't know what the gain would be on the mic, so it is peaking. But if you guys say it sounds good, then it sounds good. I'm going to turn it a little down. There we go. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. Looks like every door in my house. That is the only unfinished door in the house. Now that I got the one over there finished, which you can't see. But no chair, no desk. No. They got repoed. I stopped making payments on the chair and the desk, so here I am. Now, there's a reason for this, which we'll get to in a second. I haven't worked on that door, but I've worked on that door, which I attempted to take a tour last week. Didn't quite work. It's in one ear and not the other? It's just the left ear? Okay, that's what Zombie meant. I thought he was just looking at my visual. Hold on, let me check the setting. Bear with me just a second, people. Hello. Okay. Am I still in one ear? I think I changed the setting. Am I left ear still, or am I in stereo? Much better. Okay, so I'm in both. Cool. There we go. Haven't used the mics in a while, so appreciate the heads up. So, welcome in, everybody. Not a green screen. Potential. Oh, I'm going to lose people now. Potential Gene 52573, 3D Medic Bench, Sean Doan, Zombie Hedgehog, GTR Dad, Jupiter Robotics, Tulsa Skin, Little John Original. Welcome in. Builder's Mark. I think I know that guy. We're going to talk about Builder's Mark in just a little bit. Got something to say to that gentleman right there, hanging out in the chat. A little short, but hanging outside. Yes, Loyal has rubbed off on the height. What is it? The stature, I think is what it's called. Let's see. Maker Viking, welcome in. Atomic Spark, hello. And we do have the entries going for both sides, Twitch and YouTube. I remembered to do it right this time. So get those in there. Sightseeker 5 had a question about filled filaments, particularly PA6CF. I know clogging issues can be an issue. Is using different layer heights in the slicer have any impact on that? I'm having difficulty with layer height. I mean, at that 0.2, I mean, changing, I haven't, like, so now I normally just do 0.2. I'm mainly a default guy, and it works. If it's clogging at 0.2, I don't know if changing the layer height would. Somebody in chat that might know that, maybe reply to Sightseeker 5. I don't want to answer him wrong and be a liar. Spamagoo, welcome in. April L, welcome. Oh, it's scrolling fast. Pezliz, hello. Okay, best time to ask feedback hour, Sean. There you go. Or even our Discord. Discord is super helpful. Firebird TPG, hello. Cookie TM, welcome in. Caretaker 007, Dad's RC Workbench. Realises, I don't still know how to pronounce it properly. _1, you know who you are. Welcome in. CGS Creations, I don't think I said welcome in yet, so welcome. Kezakoalt, Kazakalt. There's a reason that I didn't fail English, I actually passed, but still, these are not the easiest to read. Sue3D, good evening to you. One Raz, hello. And I gotta catch up now. So, Dr. Boomstick, welcome in. The Dad, Peekaboo, Sea Stacer, Hands and Haulers, Almighty Malachi, Netventive, and Harold Poacher. Again, I think I'm caught up, and if I missed you, it's because the chat scrolled too high and I lost it. So, if I didn't say your name, welcome in regardless. Thank you for coming in. We do have, I don't know why I don't have the ticker on. Get that on there just for people coming in late. We will run a giveaway. Everything is there for Twitch and YouTube, both sides. Everything good? MFin80, hello. Nora says hi. Hello, Nora. I wonder if she's upstairs watching the stream right now. Love you. F's in chat to say hello to Nora, or Ari that is probably helping Nora talk, or my wife who is helping Nora talk. As Nora can spell, I'm not too sure she can type out messages very well. She's eating ice cream without me. That sounds about right. Does anybody else's kids think that they have to have ice cream every single night after dinner? Like it's a reward that they ate dinner so they get ice cream like by default? Mine do ask for it every night. They're not told yes every night, but probably told yes more than they need to be. Caretaker 007, welcome in. Barking Cauldron, hello. Rodney Mac 1, welcome. Oh, Mahojas, Mahojas, if it's Spanish, I think. Don't kill me if I'm wrong. Tin Talon, I don't think I said hello and I seen your name. Tin Talon, welcome. Thanks, it's dinner something. Yeah, mine thinks it's yeah. Mine would definitely eat ice cream for dinner. There is no questions asked. We said, do you guys want ice cream for dinner? Done deal. Give them the whole pint and let them go at it. And then we find half melted bowls sitting around the house. Yeah. I eat ice cream maybe 6 times a year. Is someone lactose intolerant? My wife is, but she still indulges every now and then. Slight regret afterwards, but as long as it's really good ice cream, it's worth it. Ko Nami, welcome in. Jonathan CWTN, welcome. Sheezy. Xwyber, well, I guess it would be Zybertech. Welcome in, Zybertech. If you have things that are in capital letters, I tend to say the letters first, if there's multiple. Young's Jersey Dairy, yes, so maybe, well, no, we have soccer this Saturday, I think. I don't know, we have a very busy schedule. All the kids are in soccer, sports, everything else. But Young's Jersey, the dairy is having a Jeep gathering. And Ari, for those that know Ari, she loves Jeep Wranglers. So maybe, I probably shouldn't say that because she's watching this, so now she knows. That's not a guarantee, Ari. I don't know what the schedule is. I don't know what time that the whole event is. Maybe. We're not that far from it. You probably hear that tapping because I don't have this mic on. World Weary Wicker. World Weary Wicker. Yeah, I said that pretty good. Finley's Audio Adventures. Welcome, both of you. Caretaker 007. I think I already said your name because I remember saying 007. I am a fan of delicious flavor, otherwise known as Joe, otherwise known as Joe, who lives at 1576 Main Street in Kalamazoo, Canada. That's him. Go find him. Hunt him down. Be awesome if that was really an address, that, yeah, if that existed, but I don't think it does. But you can search and find out. 2 back-to-back giveaway wins. Yeah, Jupiter Robotics, you never know. I've seen crazier. Technoside 2, welcome in. Okay, Tony Wright, 6732, Diablo Spawn 2, and Cookie TM. I said hello, but is it true that your next line of filament is edible ice cream? My kids would love that. And then I'd get, can we order some ice cream filament? We do not have any ice cream filament, ice cream flavored filament that I'm aware of currently. Though, you know, Builder's Mark, time's a ticking. April 1st is it's coming up fast. Silverback Creations, or SB Creations 21, welcome in. Korea Rice Box, hello, hello. 3D Elements, how you doing? Kenneth 32374, welcome in. Mike Care, you are awesome. You are correct, and everything. All the entries are going in, so cool. I have it down. I know how it works, but I'm still eerie if it's, you know, calculating them or not. But it is. Used TPU for the first time in my bamboo. Got some Polymaker Blue Shore 95A printed benchy without any stringing. Did you dry that first, Finley's Audio Adventures? If not, that's pretty good right out of the box, because those, you know, TPU can be hygroscopic quite a bit. Builder's Mark. I don't know. I have 3 rolls, 3 empty spools that say otherwise. You know what I'm getting at. The other day I saw a filament made for fish food that had shrimp bits in it. Did you try it? Sebastian, welcome up. What's in here? So I'm not on a chair. There's a reason for this. That box is the reason. We'll get to it in just a second. You're trying HTPLA for the first time very soon. Just ordered a spool. Awesome. Hopefully you got a cool color. Or if not, maybe you just went for functional and went with black, white, or gray, which is also fine because it all works great. I want to grab my mic and pull it closer, even though that's not on right now. Helps, I live in Arizona. Well, there you go. Did not dry straight out of the box. Nice. Okay, well, that's even better. No, it's not a flexi spot. I'm not that cool. I'm not that professional of a streamer that people send me, you know, desks to put up. I would love a flexi spot. Flexi spot, are you listening? I'll take a desk. I need a new one. This one's getting worn out. Now, but what we're going to get at is the Reverend 64. Welcome in. I'll be back and forth watching chat. I'll be over here, over back a little bit. You know, obviously different backdrop. Where's the desk? Where's all the, you know, chaos that is on top of the desk? I moved the chaos over there out of camera, so you can't see it. It still exists. It is getting organized though, finally. But we have a really big box. It is a box that is 78 pounds. Okay, I have to say, where's my phone at? There we go. We don't have that beeping. 78 pounds is what this box is. And hopefully, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I want to show you a few things with this box, and then I'll tell you what it is. But it comes to me, nicely packed, has a handle, metal handle, and let's see if I can get it close enough, or far enough. Probably not. You can't see, but there's little like rollerblade wheels down there. So as you can see, easy to maneuver, right? Pretty cool. So this isn't a new product. It's not a filament. It's not a Polymaker 3D printer. It's none of that. While it is none of that, it still is actually pretty cool. I haven't seen it, so we're doing an unboxing together on this. But this is a shining example of how amazing this community is. This here is going to be an interaction that, if all goes well, we'll find out today, will probably be at 3D Printopia as one of our interactions. And all of our interactions are special. They've all included community in some way, whether it be brainstorming, helping put together, etc. This one, Builder's Mark, has been working on for a little while. And what it is, which we talked about it, so some of you might remember, we talked about it is, it's a Dummy 13 sword fighting apparatus. It is a game, it's an interaction. But have you ever seen those? They're usually small. and they're usually wooden, where they're kind of the mannequin dummies, and you control the hands like for a sword and a shield, and then you try to pop the head of the opponent. And of course, they're limited to where you can't go all the way and like stab somebody and hurt the other person. They're limited. This is that at larger scale using the Dummy 13 model. So pretty cool. I've only seen some pictures here and there. I've never seen the full assembly. So I'm going to unbox it. Ideally, everything's okay in here. I do hear loose bolts, Builder's Mark. I'm hoping that's okay. As I moved it, you can hear it kind of rattling around in there, but I'm sure it's fine. This actually, it's packed very well. But again, anyway, let's get to it. I'm going to assume I cut right down this way. If not, it looks like I'm going to be retaping this. Builder's Mark's watching right now thinking, oh, dude, he's going to open this. It's going to go all over the place because he doesn't know what he's doing. And while you're probably right, we'll figure it out as we go. So, and again, like, for those that don't know or haven't made it to a Rep Rap Festival, been able to see one of our booths, we pride ourselves into having fun things, fun interactions, games, cool ways to win filament, and just, again, just to have fun. Every single element, even before I worked officially for Polymaker, I helped out at some events. For the last 2.5 years, they've all had something with community. The community has touched it in some way. Like I said, whether it be they help come up with the idea, they help figure out the logistics of it all, the best way to do this or that. They put together things, they did prototypes, they did programming, they did modeling, they printed all these things. The scientist game is the prime example that has lasted for like 2.5 years of use and has had many revisions, and just we find new things to do with it. Of course, we love that game. The wall game has been super popular this year. That was something new this year. But we always love to add more to it. We don't want everything to just become stale. So whether it be updates to the games or new ones, there's always 100 ideas within our team and within our community. And this is no exception to that. So I'm going to assume I put it down this way. And I could be wrong, but again, very well packed. And the biggest thing, of course, when we have these things, to be able to make them easier to use at the exhibitions or at our events is a good way to pack it, make it modular, so it's not just a bunch of pieces we have to throw that back together and figure out every time. So there's not just the creation process, there's that process too, is the thinking of what's the best way to do this. And you guys have all come up with some pretty brilliant ideas over the years, I should say. Oh, you know what? I bet you. Wait. Okay, it's a box within a box. That's right. I'm pretty sure that Builder's Mark told me that. But the goal was to have this open like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, I don't like to skip a stream. You know me. So what's the best thing to do? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So we're gonna take the cover off. Yeah, this is a, this basically looks like a rig for like a band. There's gonna be like a giant speaker box in it. Very well built. I was told ideally I could unbox this and have it put together in 30 minutes. We'll figure out how bad that is on my part. Okay, now I'm assuming I have this the wrong way because the wheels are here. So what I believe is this is the base. So anything that you need to warn me of, Builder's Mark, or saying, hey, don't do it that way, just I have Discord pulled up and I have you pulled up there. Just message in there, I'll keep looking over. But I assume I unscrew this top. It's a lid, so I'm gonna get a drill. Walk in, man. Glad that they can't hear me because I need to pick my nose, and I'm glad I'm off the camera. It'd be really embarrassing if they knew I was picking my nose right now and that I talked to myself. Wonder if they'd be weirded out. But if I'm right, common sense tells me they can't see me, they can't hear me. Okay, we're getting ready to go back on camera. So, okay, I'm back. Let's start taking some stuff apart and see what we can break. Hello. Anybody that's come in, since I haven't been reading the chat now, we are taking apart in a fun interaction game come up with by Builder's Mark and built by Builder's Mark and shipped to me in a really nice little setup. I have not been given instructions on this. It's all just, okay, 6 outer screws only. I was waiting for some type of message like, don't do that, don't unscrew it. Okay, so the big screws, that's easy enough. And really well done. Is this, you probably told me, Builder's Mark, but is this Plastadipped? Like this isn't normal spray paint, right? It feels different. I mean, in a good way, though. And if I'm correct, Builder's Mark, I assume this lid is the game floor, like the game base. Or maybe the whole case becomes the game base. Just paint. Oh, well, good job on the paint. Okay, so I was right that it was the base, but it was upside down. So let me get this up. So this will be flipped. And as you see, you know, it's a battlefield. There's some robots, some parts and pieces. There's not been a good time on this board. It all textured like an actual battlefield, sand textured. Very awesome. So again, then you'll see, you know, the green part and the teal part, those are going to be where these things lock down into. Now, Builder's Mark, am I correct in that I put this upside down and then screw it back into the casing once I empty the casing? I think that's correct. I'd imagine. Maybe. It's a graveyard, yeah. Nope. Okay, so this just goes on the table. So this is the base. Oh yeah, because nothing has to be bolted up from underneath. It would just be their wing nuts. Which is this? Oh, this must be one of the spare parts that were floating around. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way for just a moment. We'll get all the pieces out. And there we go. And you guys can't see it. I'm going to try to, there's some loose parts and pieces, but again, just what goes into this. Don't mind them. We'll get that taken care of. But straps all buckled in, little 3D, even 3D printed pieces for the straps to go through, and the bodies of the the gladiators, the champions, all strapped down so they're not getting all beat to heck. And imagine some of this probably isn't supposed to be fully loose. Oh, okay, so never ceases to amaze me what our community does and comes through and how much they put into things. It's one thing to be like, oh, hey, here's an idea, go with it. It's another thing to like, hey, let me build it, I'm gonna test it, all that. And then thinking of all the extra stuff. Because sometimes we get involved in something, we get excited about it, do it, and not that we don't take pride in it, but we don't think about the little things. Like I picked this up wondering what the heck it was. Well, it's an inflator. It's a plug-in inflator, so we don't have to blow up the balloons by mouth every time. And yeah, I wouldn't have thought about this. I would have put it all together and been like, yeah, oops, forgot it. I just figured you blow it up by yourself. So smart. Okay, but I'm gonna put this down so I don't start pushing all the pieces everywhere. Let's unbuckle this part first, which is the dangerous weapons. All right, so all these have safety in mind. You'll think otherwise when I show you the, the dangers of them. Okay, so of course, the weapons are going to be strapped into the dummy's hands. They're not going to be used for us to play around with because as they look cool, if you look close, not so much cool. That's dangerous. Those are screws. Of course, that's going to help them lock in place, which I'm going to assume. Did you print halves and then put them together? What was the actual method? Because it looks like everything was printed as it is. I would assume it can't be print in place, right? Oh yeah, TPU, yep. So you got these two, the handles. So it can lock in nice tight and then it stays in there. So that way you can't throw it across the thing. Full print, one piece. Okay, yeah, so those screws, unless somebody gets really crazy with them, are not going anywhere. So you got a katana, you got your battle axe, and of course, we have the special edition Master Sword. And again, dangerous Master Sword. So cool, cool, cool. I'm just gonna keep this myself, but unfortunately, again, it's dangerous. Katanas are not very good. They're good if they have a lot of screws pointing out of them. So I'm gonna move those out of the way so I don't kneel down on a very sharp screw. I'll imagine that's a tool of some sort. Something. There are shields. Okay, yeah, so let me, okay. There's stuff in here. Oh, okay, the handle for a shield, I'll assume. I'll figure out all these parts as we go. Heavy duty mounting stuff. More parts. Okay, that's what was rattling around. The wing nuts and things. Okay. Pieces and parts, pieces and parts. Let me get all the loose stuff out of here and then I'll kind of show you guys. Are these like hilt protect? Are these the... Yeah, some assembly required. I expected so. Diablo, yeah. These would definitely keep the kids in line. You know, these wing nuts and washers. Oh, we gotta unclip that. And okay, I think, are these extras? Is that what these are? Nothing looks broken so far. So what are these extras for? The hip? We'll figure that out in a second. I don't see the parts on them. I'm just not picturing it properly. Oh no, I think it's the hip. Okay. Hip and feet, but what is this part? Like the bracket. Those are the support to the back. Okay, there we go. And oh, there's some more parts and pieces and washers. Like I said, so far nothing looks broken, so we're good. And I'll assume the back here is going to be our shields. Our shields and more washers and more wing nuts. Okay, so what is cool is we got some limited, like a little design shield. You even have like the little rivets. I thought they were actually real. They felt real. But there's one, And then there's 2 each of the Master Shield. And then the most powerful shield in all the land, Polymaker shield. So we'll probably mix and match. I don't know about letting people have selection because then it might slow the game down. But now, I'm gonna let these guys loose. There's still some parts in here, so let me get those out of the way. Uh-oh. Oh, I see the first death is with the teal and purple. But there's an extra piece. So here we go. Dummy 13. What scale is this, Builder's Mark? Do you remember? So a little bit different. His legs are going to be structured different. Because it's going to be more, yeah, so those, are they locked in place? Are they one piece? No, Joe. Yeah, so it look broke there. But we've got another one, so that's no problem there. Yeah, so all this is, I mean, this feels nice and sturdy. And that's nice movement. So, of course, most people know the Dummy 13 as being posable, right? You know, it's stiff. Well, you don't want that with this because the idea is you control the hands. So, hey guys, how you doing? It's me talking with my hands because I always talk with my hands. Want to fight? Okay, I'm going to have too much fun with this. I'm not going to play the game. I'm just going to do like a ventriloquist dummy. I'm going to just hold him up on my lap and be like, hello, chat. How's it going? I'm W13, and I'm going to fight. I'm a child. Builder's Mark's shaking his head right now like, why did I send this to him? Yeah, so you can, I mean, there's twisting movement. I mean, you basically, so the idea is, we'll show you here in a second, is he'll stand up, you'll hold up the weight and fight. So not only is it the fighting, but you know, there is going to be some stamina because you're going to hold up the weight of this with both hands, which I guess here, I can just do. He's doing it one-legged though. See, look at that, look at that. So okay, anyway, let's get to the point of the battle. So we're gonna put him down. And then there's also orange and army green, I'll assume is what this is. Da-da-da-da-da. Dense and Joel is just the there's no strings on me. Is that the Ultron quote, I think? Okay, so I'm gonna put that over there. Let's go ahead, let's take the other washer out. So again, nicely done box. We're gonna sit it right there because then the idea is we have the battlefield and we lock them into place. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, and I don't have a wide angle lens, so there's only so much motion I can do. But the feet themselves have little lock-ins on the battlefield. And I'll try to angle the thing once I get them in there. So we're going to push it all the way in like a slipper. And then we're going to turn wheel. Do I need to take the feet off of these and put on the... Oh wait, no, that's only a one straight one. These might be pressured on there. Let me take this off. And imagine that goes all the way in. There we go. And all the way in. This is maybe where a rubber mallet might come into play. There we go. Okay. And you guys can't see it, but then there is a bracket that locks the heel in. The foot goes into like a slipper that's mounted very tightly to the board. And then there's little locking, these little things that go on the heel and lock the heel in place so it can't slide out of that bracket. So obviously Builder Smart knows, you know, there's different people playing it. We want to make sure that this thing doesn't, you know, go haywire and bust off and start throwing hands at actual people. So there'll be some stiffness in the hips, which you want, and then you'll fight. Obviously there will be balloons as the head, which I'll have to check my message. I don't know if my wife got my message in time before she came home. I need some balloons. But yeah, so they're basically going to be wacky, flailing arm tube guys with swords. Maybe headbutt somebody. Boom. Okay, so this is, now you just got to rotate and rotate. Oh, it actually, I didn't think it was going to be stiff enough to do that. You have to balance it just right. But again, the head will be the balloon. The idea, of course, will be to have a sword, which, let's go ahead and do the katana. And do these just need glued, I'll assume, Builder's Mark for the shields? Just glue them. You probably don't want to break it. Joel. What am I doing wrong? Get the, oh, the hip support. Yes. That's what this thing is. And there's mounting points on the back here. PG-13. Nobody get any ideas. I don't have to look at chat to know what people are thinking. Especially the regulars. Okay, so this mounts right here. All the tolerances are nice and tight. Come on, get the wing nut on. If my children are upstairs watching still, Nora, Ari, my beautiful wife, does anybody have balloons? You can bring them down here if so. There we go. Okay. Get these locked in place. The hip support goes right in there. Okay, that makes a lot more sense so you're not holding up the weight the whole time. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's give him, I'm right-handed, so he is going to get a right-handed sword. Now is the TPU, is it meant to be doubled up? Or is that just extras on there, Builder's Mark? Come on. Very, very snug, which is good because, again, we have to count for safety. Can't be having people play dangerous games with sharp screws and not be safe. That is how you get kicked out of a Rep Rap festival very quickly. I'm gonna leave, actually, yeah, we can probably put that one on, can't we? I don't know, that's gonna be tight. I guess I probably should read. Is it extra or is it wrapped around hand and locked on bottom of handle? Yeah, so do you lock both in? Or is there two on there and one is an extra? I mean, Joe, they're going to have to just play as it is. We could switch the weapons, but stay creeping. I didn't say that. Yeah, I mean, you could do one left-sided, one right-sided, but then you got somebody that's right-handed playing the left-sided one, and yada, yada. But yeah, Builder's Mark is that. Okay, one is extra. Okay, cool. I was going to say, it's really tight to get the other one on. I'm going to leave it flapping right now just because it's already assembled. The shield, I don't have glued, so I'm not going to do the shields yet. For obvious reasons, because they're just going to fly apart. And I will assume this is no different than the dummy 13 that we all know. So now I just need, man, those tolerances are tight. Is this supposed to come apart before I break it? Vanillus flavor, you could have it dual wielding. But should I just pull this out? It's very stiff in there, so I just don't want to break the, well, I guess it doesn't matter if I break it because I have a new one. Right? Wait, no, I don't have a spare part. No, the hips I thought were the spare parts. The bolts are spare parts. So I need to reprint a leg. Which isn't a big deal. I'm going to reprint that, but I wonder, I'll get back to you on that. That's fine. I'm going to still put it together. With the hip support and one leg, I think it still should be relatively okay, at least for testing. I just want to see how everything moves, and I'll have one of my kids come down here and help. But we got to scoot it back to here, and then let's get this thing mounted. Okay, so now that I know how everything works, it's actually pretty simple and straightforward. And Builder's Mark, I'm not gonna lie, I think my favorite part is the battlefield. Don't get me wrong, the whole thing is awesome and it's very well done, but I really like the battlefield. It just adds that, it's that extra little detail that just adds some fun to it. Okay, so we're gonna slip this guy in there. Okay. Yeah, like I said, actually, assembly-wise, once I understand where everything goes, super simple. And am I right? You might answer this earlier. Builder's Mark, are these hilt protectors for the weapons? I don't know. Oh, no, because it would take up too much on the handle. What are these? I'll check in a second. What else do I need? Okay, I need the mount here. Ta-da. And then a ball socket. Right. There we go. This is in Polymaker teal and celestial purple, I can tell. Really great at starting these wing nuts. It's supposed to be really simple, but I make it more difficult than it needs to be. Now on a side note, I know you guys, if you watched Meet the Polymaker, I've covered different aspects of it up and coming, but anybody get themselves a Snapmaker today? The Snapmaker U1 more specifically. Kickstarter started today, and if you didn't get that, did you get the Bamboo Lab X1C flash sale price at $7.99? Or also, I think the K2 Pro went on sale for $1,099 with a combo. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. There's a lot of things that came out today. Flash sale, like lowest price ever on X1Cs. K2 Pro's released, and then of course the Snapmaker U1. Don't mind me just crawling around on my floor. All right, protectors for your hands. Oh, okay, so they are hilts. They're just hilts for this. Smart. Dang, those are toleranced on there. Really, really good. Might have to get a mallet for that one. But as we said, we wanted it safe and we wanted it tight. And that is no doubt where you succeeded. Yeah, okay, so I'll get it on that. But now, these, what are these? I'm sure if I look around, I'll find it. Those are used to tie the balloons. It's like a balloon tying tool. Fan of delicious flavor. Yeah, I think all of us that wanted to get it got it. I got a pretty low number. I think actually tech cheaper. I guess I shouldn't probably throw that out there, but beat me by just a few backer numbers. Yep, I was second place. Okay, now brackets. I'm sure for something. What are these? I know there's a couple of different ones. Does it go into the head spot and tie the balloons too? The balloon spots have like little collars, and that you'll slide it, and then the knot will be underneath one part. Oh, duh. I knew that, Builder's Mark. I was testing you to see if you knew what you made. Duh. I'm not dumb. Okay, so I'll imagine then, yes, it goes like this. Like that. I mean, once I remove the wing nut, but it would go like that, I'll imagine. There's several, so there's, yeah, multiple clamps. Okay, so clamps. Balloon tying apparatuses, which I'll have to look those up. These look to be, oh, are these the brackets for the straps? I probably should take it out. Like if it needs to, put another one in the case. Two sizes depending on the thickness of the table. Okay, yep. Have the kids put it together, they would do it. Yeah, they would. It's beside the point, okay? I just like to make sure I do it all right. And I got a ton of washers, wing nuts, extra bolts, the shield pieces, two handles. Where's the okay? Yeah, the silver handle, gold handle. So no, I think we're good. Okay, and then by size, is that what you meant? Like the carriage bolts that are in here are for the thicker ones? My bagger number was 23, Jonathan. And trust me, there was a lot of refreshing and being patient. But I think that is... Oh, he doesn't have a weapon. We'll give him a battle axe. So, let's push that up. Come on. Don't you like your home? Go to your home. That one's a tight one. There's got to be a trick to, there we go. Oh, it's a different angle. Yeah, that's right. Might have to sand some of these down. It almost feels like there's something in there. Oh, wait. Is there only certain hands these go in? Oh, there is two different hands. Wait, why is this one different? This right hand, it has like a bump in it, like a pressure bump, that the other ones don't have. Yeah, and it hits right up against it. Yeah, it's like the finger on the other side. Yeah, I'll Dremel it. It's not a make or break thing. Yeah, see, there you go. And it goes right into this one. No problem. We'll figure that out. We'll just slide this and take. Come on. This TPU thing is so tight, which again is needed. And for anybody that's joined late, I'm putting together a new interaction that was designed as a brainchild and designed by Builder's Mark that is here in chat. Okay, now it's hard to do it backwards. And we do have a broken leg, keep that in mind. But my goal is, how well did the Builder's Mark make sure that you can't reach the other person? That's the thing. So, Ari, Nora, Grayson, anybody upstairs watching? I need helpers. Don't fight. Y'all can come down. Can't believe it. I was mad, Builder's Mark. He looked at me funny when I opened the case. I didn't like it, so I broke his leg. It happens. 3D glue will fix that leg. It will fuse it. There'd be probably a lot of movement to it, so I'll print a new one just to be safe. Though, I mean, Gloop has proven to be stronger than even layer adhesion. So, oh yeah, you're right. I do have to put that here. I am kind of upset that Builder's Mark went through, built all this up, and doesn't have any sound activations. Like, 'tis but a flesh wound. Old people will get that reference. Battlefield injuries, yeah, he's definitely got a battlefield injury. Now, of course, remember too is I'll test this. It's on the floor. It's normally going to be on a tabletop. That's the idea behind it. All right, thank you, Builder's Mark. Monty Python, yep. Good old Monty Python. Joel's calling me old. I mean, if the shoe fits. And if it doesn't, then you just have big feet. 'Tis but a scratch. Yep, yeah, see, look, there you go. All these people. You're just clapping two coconut halves together. Wait, am I old too? I guess we're all old. I mean, I would be really impressed to see, I don't even know what I want to say, like age range, but like young people to know those references. If they know it, then I'm going to have to give props to the parents for raising them right and showing them great movies. Ari, out of all the kids, Ari is the one where she'll ask me, Dad, yeah, what's a movie I should watch? Because I'll recommend old ones. And she watched Princess Bride. What was something recent? I can't think of a recent one that I've told her. But she's like, it was okay. Or like, I like that one. That one was actually good. But Princess Bride is a classic. Inconceivable! Unladen airspeed, you mean? Yeah. Unladen airspeed of a swallow, yeah. Have a sneaky suspicion your kids will have to be retrieved the old-fashioned way. Yep. That's the one thing I hate about DJI Mic 2s is they don't have a mute button on the mic. It's on the transmitter, which if I have the transmitter plugged in 5 feet away, I want to walk over there, mute it. What if I stub my toe and I want to keep this PG-13? I can't, I can't just cover it up. You guys can still hear me. Yeah, kids don't have it. Come on, see the violence. Okay, yeah, let's get somebody down here. Oh, I'm gonna yell. Actually, I'm gonna turn this off because I don't want to yell and blow your eardrums out. All right. There we go. I've been talking this whole time and no mic. Welcome in. I'm a pro streamer. But yeah, Grayson is going to help. That's definitely the hand protectors are going to have to be in place because as you can see, I can reach them, but I'll get those in place. I just want to kind of see how it works. And you guys couldn't hear me, but I was telling him not to go crazy. There is no prize to this right now. And we're going to kind of battle. These balloons were just ones I actually found that I had sitting over there. So they'll work. And if anybody said in chat, why are you not using the inflator? Yeah, I know I should have because there was something nasty on those balloons. And it tasted gross. So, but other than your cripple guy, we're going to battle. And again, popping the head. So, and you can, again, you normally have a shield too. You can use that to defend, but just don't go super crazy. Ready? You gotta, let's make it official. You gotta get your guy up, you gotta bow. Full move, it's not fully there. Okay, ready? Yeah. Battle. No. See, that's the one thing with the axe that can hook. Yeah!
Try to move my right hand up.
Get me. So yeah, this is definitely going to be an endurance thing. Because I mean, my hands are cramping. I'm old, but yeah. So yeah, we should have. There you go, Builder's Mark. You should have made brass knuckles with little knuckle hands and just punch them. That might actually be a little bit easier to maneuver because this does the weapons do make it a little bit heavy, and then especially with the axe. Like in the beginning, have you seen? You know, Grayson. I have too many kids. Was able to stop it. And then especially with that, like it's trying to pull away, and I can see people getting really creative. So yeah, so I'm going to print a new leg, everything there, and then I mean we'll be testing this over the next course of the couple days because I meant to have it tested 2 weeks ago. Thanks, Builder's Mark. So yeah, so we'll see how it all holds up, and then I'll get the handles in the right place. But overall, there you go. You can go back to your VR world.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, the legs having no joints might be better. Yeah, I'm wondering. Well, because so the knees don't have joints. The only joints are the feet and the hips. Which, I mean, I think you need for that actual full movement. Yeah, if the knees moved, it would be way too much. Yeah, and then, yeah, so they're kind of locked, have the right swivel points on the arms, but... Yeah, fan of delicious flavor. To make them stay upright, that'll be a hard part. Without a piston or something, I suppose. Wrap them in those foam insulation things for water pipes. What parts? Oh, like the weapons when they're not being used? You knocked my block off. Finley's Audio Adventures. Glue the ankles and hips so they don't fall over. Oh, so make this, so you're thinking, well, if anything, we would just print them that way, right? Builder's Mark? Just, I could reprint with solid joints. But then you'd still have the hips. I mean, the body would still slump. And then I'd be afraid too is if you make the legs stiff, that gets a pressure point, it could break. Yeah, I think even maybe foam handle grips on the handles would be nice. I mean, my hands from typing and everything else forever and playing video games are not the best endurance for grip, so I can feel it after a short time. What about the repurposing the dummy 13 stands? Yeah, so that's kind of what the hip thing is. I mean, I guess we could make the hip stand not have the swivel. I mean, lock it in place at some point. Because there are 3 swivel joints on the hip. But, I guess if you lock the hip, then you could still reach and bend over. Well, yeah, there you go. Well, the the waist doesn't bend forward. It'll go side to side. I think it'll twist too. Yeah, the chest will twist. Move the support up higher. Could do that. And maybe make 2 joints on the support instead of 3. Can you not supersize those? Okay, that's what I said before. Paintball guns might be better. I don't know if paintball guns will be any safer. Yeah, Laws 64. So if you didn't see earlier, is they are printed weapons, but they are modified printed weapons. So they can pop the balloon. Yeah, because you don't want them to go like swinging as hard as they can to have to pop the balloon. That would be more dangerous. Little John, I'm trying to go up in chat, but I can only go so far. You should try out. Maybe, yeah, so maybe higher. They need to be less stabby. Yeah, I'm just wondering, how do you just make it semi-pointed printed pieces instead of the screws? The screws would be fun to put can mounts on the head. I mean, I wouldn't do that for a rep festival, but you'd have to stab the can, shake up a soda, put it on there, and hit it. Make sure it's red soda too, of course. How heavy is the print? I don't know weight-wise, but it's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, with the weapons, see, that's, I think actually is maybe a little less violent, a little less dangerous, is just printing new hands and doing like printed spikes on the hands. Because then you don't have as much range. You can still reach the head. You can still dodge back. So maybe that's, but that's, I mean, this is what we do. I mean, that's, again, Builder's Mark, this was a solo thing. There was nobody like critiquing it, helping him, saying, hey, what about this? What about this? It was his, put it all together. Like I said, and honestly, for a very first iteration, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up to Builder's Mark. We'll figure out some changes. So I'm thinking maybe the knuckles, because then it'd just be a punching game. Won't be as dangerous, and you won't have the shields and everything. But then maybe we can just integrate the weapons into the battlefield, make them part of the battlefield. Definitely less range of motion for the legs, but gives totally, yeah, Rock'em Sock'em. There might be something like that being worked on too. I am become awesome, the creator of prints. What's up, Ernie Oporto? Oporto? Yeah, so okay, so also shout out to Max Payne. I don't know if he's in the chat, but Max Payne also worked with Builder's Mark, helping with this project. So my apologies. Props to both of those. So for that, like I said, still some iterations. We'll change things. We still got some time. I do things last minute anyway, obviously. I've had this for 3 weeks now, I think, Builder's Mark. You can throw me under the bus. It's been here. I just haven't taken the time to get it out. If I would have known that it was this simple, I probably would have done it way sooner. But can we get to thank you to Max Payne with 2 X's and Payne, and to Builder's Mark for help on this, on something, they weren't told do this. They said, I got an idea, let me roll with it. It hasn't been 2 months. It hasn't been here that long, has it? I hope not. Maybe it has. I don't think it was 2 months. You're throwing me way under the bus here, Builder's Mark. Take it easy. Brass knuckles or a dagger? Yeah, I think brass knuckles. I think because then it's just a punching game. Maybe a little less violent, especially too is in Nothing Against the Venue. 3D Brintopia's got some restrictions. I don't know if they would consider that violence with weapons. Because, I mean, yes, they're dummies. Yes, they're 3D printed. It's a game. It can be looked at in different ways. You got to think everybody has different perspectives and might see it as that. But I think a punching game is no different than Rock'em Sock'em Robot. I say, because you don't have to make 10-inch spikes. You make just a tiny little spike knuckles, and you can pop balloons. And that'd be a really easy update, because then we just print new hands. And a new leg. Where's the built-in first aid kit? Yeah, there is no first aid. There's no medic on the battlefield. There is a robot skull, robot hand and forearm, another hand, a leg, another skull, and rocks. Which, of course, the Dummy 13, these are modified Dummy 13 files on some of them. The skull I recognize, but I don't know what it is. I think it's one of the Dummy 13 designs. It's my remixed. And then the rocks look really cool. I don't know. You know, and Builder's Mark, if you want to shout out any modelers, if you know who modeled what. Obviously, Sousaphone for the Dummy 13. But, yeah, no, like I said, the battlefield is really cool. I think an FGC-9 would be, I don't know what that is. Rock'em Sock'em Dummy 13 edition, yep. Give him a Buster, so yeah, a huge Buster, the Final Fantasy sword. Acupuncture needles are 3D printing tools, so no, I mean, you're not wrong. What about putting sensors on the chest that register each hit? Yeah, so I mean, there's different, so that's one thing is a lot of our very first versions of things start out as such, working in some way or form or another, but can be taken in several different paths. Obviously, we don't have the time to add sensors and do the programming of that. But yeah, I mean, another option is, you know, a sensor in the chest that gives you 2 points, a sensor in the arm that gives you 1 point, you know, and as you impact them hard enough, then, yeah, it's definitely possible. There's a lot of ways it can go. There was going to be a kitchen, that would have been actually pretty funny. Everything on the battlefield, you know, except a kitchen sink, including a kitchen sink. 300 days printing your 1300% dummy 13. Yeah, that is kind of big. Is that a modified one for you, bearded printer? I know Sousaphone was going to eventually make one that you could do bolts and tighten everything up. I don't know if you got around to that yet. Oh, sensors in the Rock'em Sock'em build. There you go. So yeah, he's also working on a Rock'em Sock'em robot. That's in the works, as many of our projects are. But just cool, yeah. So I wanted to do like the unboxing. I want to get the first impression from me. You know, you guys kind of see it before it hits the floor, the showroom floor of an event. And then, yeah, I mean, we can test it around. Like I said, I think we have some ideas. Builder's Mark has some ideas, and, you know, we'll work together on getting that. I've got some printers. I've got some filament. I think I can, you know, print some pieces and parts. Builder's Mark, you got 500-pound Rock'em Sock'em robots? That's not going to be feasible for the event palette. Sorry. As big as me. Okay, scrap, blunt, or sharp weapon. Okay, think of this. Somebody else mentioned that. I think when I talked about this game last week, somebody mentioned flamethrowers. You could put the little stick torches that have like this big a flame. Actually, no, we probably can't have open flame anyway. Terminator head. Yeah, those almost look like Terminator heads, but I think I've seen them as a remix for Dummy 13. Could be wrong. I'm not sure, but they look familiar. Technically, you can put the balloon on a valve, chest hits, add air, cause the balloon to pop with two. Okay, like the game, yeah, you keep scoring more and it, you know, inflates. And then it makes it easier to pop the bigger it gets too. So you can do that like a finishing move, you know, punch them in the chest, arm, everything, get their balloon inflated, and then punch the balloon as it, you know, gets really thin. Now, again, there's really so many things we can do with it, and that's just one iteration. One iteration that does work, and again, very impressed. You know, packaging simple. The box is heavy duty. It's easy to tote around. So, hats off. But my hair is a mess, so no hats off. A pretend hats off to Builder's Mark. So I'm going to, for now, let's clean up a little bit of this mess. And I'll get off the floor and stop looking like a weirdo. No, I won't. I'll still look like a weirdo, but I'll get off the floor. Put these shields on there. I'm still interested in looking up what these balloon tires, how they work. I'm sure they save your fingers and everything else, but I've just never seen them. Throw in there, throw in there. And now that I know what everything is, it's a lot less intimidating. I'm not to remember watching, grabbing these weapons. It can be dangerous. Let me clear the battlefield of all these decapitations. And let's lean. I didn't even mean it, and I just made him attack. There we go. Let's put this over here. And where did I just put the trash? There it is. Let's move it back for now. Let's get a normal table. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Somebody call the doctor. The mic isn't on. It's muscle memory. This mic is on. Let me get everything so I put it back right. Okay. So you called Dr. Boomstick. I didn't call yet. I think I wrote your number down wrong, or you gave me a wrong number, which is kind of mean. Why would you do that? Okay, I'm gonna watch this real quick. Builder's Mark sent me the 2 ways to use it. Okay. Loop it around. Insert the tip. Okay. Or even easier, wrap it around. Wait, but yours that won't work. Unless I haven't watched it long enough. Is there other versions? Because those ones have slits in them. This doesn't. I guess it would still just work and you do the insert in. I'll have to mess with that. I definitely would save the fingers in tying a lot of different balloons, which would not be fun. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, let me... Come on, close out. There we go. Yeah, but I still get it. Yeah, they still loop around and it goes inside that cavity. So I get it. I definitely have to mess with them. Easy change to make. Those nails should be exposed as little as possible. Cover using foam. Yeah, I am a fan of this flavor. I don't know, the weight of them a little bit. You kind of makes you strong arm that one spot and shield. Like I said, I think maybe the knuckles. That would then lessen the chance of, because you could get past one of those guards, one of the hilt guards. And that would be my concern. Somebody, let's just be honest here. There's a lot of people that come to Rep Fests. There's some people that, I don't want to talk ill of anybody. Love everybody that goes there. But some that may not follow the rules fully. Let's put it that way. And yeah, we don't want anybody in danger. We don't want them injured. That's a good way of getting us kicked out of the events, not re-invited. And yeah, and the legal stuff. Competitive, a good word for it. There you go. There can be very competitive people. You're right. That's what we'll leave it at there. But again, like I said, I wanted to do that, number one, because I needed to do it. Number two, you gotta give you a reason why you're gonna come to watch the Tuesday stream. Sometimes you see cool stuff. You see stuff before it's even out at an event. You gotta give feedback. I appreciate everybody's feedback. Like I said, is not everything is perfect. There's always room for improvement, and there's things, perspectives can change, of course, amongst many people, and sometimes not it's not necessarily there's always right or wrong, but some are a better take on it. So yeah, we'll make the change that we need to, and it'll be fun. And again, like I said, that's a lot of work. It wasn't just a piece of wood thrown together. Let's screw some pieces down and everything. The thought, the planning, the modeling, He didn't have to go all out in the battle, but he could have just did a black painted board. But he didn't. And that's what I love about all of you guys in the community is everybody's always willing to help. And your help is never just, hey, I'm going to help and just do the bare minimum. That was above and beyond. You had to spend that kind of time in it, and he did. So much love, much appreciation. Even though I'm not a fan of Builder's Mark. Because he tries to, what do I say, smuggle apple cider vinegar into my luggage. Not cool. Not cool. Oh, and Builder's, oh, it's in the workshop. I have the camera. Still works, by the way. It's still Nora's camera. She's left it out on the trampoline. She's taken it everywhere with her. And it still works. She loves it. Yes, and the packaging. The packaging, A1. Like I said, because that's one of our big things, too, when we plan things. It's one thing to have a really cool interaction, but how are you going to transport it? How are you going to transport it without it being just beat to heck, broken into pieces, have to print new stuff every time? The scientists have their own pre-cut foam box that they go into, so they're all protected as they travel. The wall game is modular to where the panels come off, they fold together, we wrap them. The framing is all pieces and parts that are easy to take apart, put back together. So yeah, there's a lot more than just the game creation. Like, oh, they thought of a good idea and they put something together. There's tons. There's a bottle in the there is a bottle in the kitchen. But it's not from you, and it's not from Amazon Returns, and it's not from Houston. So it's that one is what I would like to call Builder's Mark, and an intentional bottle of apple cider vinegar. There, actually, then on top of that, apple cider vinegar. They're actually not bad for those that have never tried those. They're pretty good. And here's my indulgent, my snack. Look at that. Anybody have those before? Non-3D printer related. These, aside from salt and vinegar, these are the best almonds. They're like candy. They're so good. And the Blue Diamond rep at the Ohio State Fair, they were given samples, which were smaller than that. And I was talking to him and just telling him how we love the salt and vinegar and blueberry. And he's like, oh, here, hold on a second. Gave us an entire box, like a case of blueberry almonds. Super nice guy. I don't remember his name. He's not watching this stream anyway, but hats off to him also for providing me with free snacks. Yeah, added sugar. We don't look at the stuff like that. Why you gotta ruin it? Huh? Why you gotta ruin my joy? Let's see here. Serving size is 1 package. Calories is 230. Let's see here. Total sugars is 9 grams. 14% of your daily value. That's not hateful. You also got dietary fibers, 13%. Sodium is only 1%. 0% cholesterol. It's an almond. Saturated fat is 7%. And then, yeah, all the other extra weird things. Protein, 7 grams. 8% calcium, 90 milligrams. 8% iron, 1.3 milligrams. Potassium, vitamin E, magnesium. So it's got good stuff in it. And actually the sweetener looks like so it does have sugar, but it also has the stevia extract. Vegetable juice for the color. Blueberry juice concentrate and puree is used in it. Sea salt. Anyway, it's a food video now. It's a mukbang. Toast, I know, but it's not like I eat like 20 of these a day. I don't even eat one every day. It's just a snack down in here. But in my defense, let me make sure here, 0%. Yeah, see, it's not just blueberry. Those are just really good ones. Those are my indulgent. Came from Wisconsin. We would bacon wrap them and deep fry them. Wait, what would you bacon wrap and deep fry? Almonds? Bacon wrap? Is that what you're... Bacon wrapped almonds. I'm thinking I missed somebody else saying something and you're talking about that. Let's see, Quantum Hail Store. We might help Joel beta test a product with random suggestions that I'm sure will work out just fine. And watch out for Tiff after she's been for her liquid lunch. I didn't catch the stream this week. Well, actually, no, that's tomorrow. Sorry, last week. So I'm not sure that references to. Maybe I probably shouldn't watch the stream. Thought bacon was an Eddie Curran bed probe. Yeah, the bacon. I suppose if you said it with an accent, you could say the bacon. Sorry, are you saying beacon or bacon? The bacon. Smoked Oreo bacon. See, I don't like smoked stuff. Like, I like it if it's, actual good, like, smoked meats that aren't overly smoked. I don't want to bite into it and think that I'm eating a campfire. Bacon filament. Do you guys actually enjoy bacon flavored stuff? I'm good. Like legit bacon, I'm not allowed making it home because my wife yells at me because as I make it, I eat it. And the eat to make ratio is usually higher on the eat side. So it just doesn't, they don't end up coming out with any bacon for the kids' breakfast. Bacon sour cream chips. See, I'm not a big bacon flavor fan. I love bacon. Give me the real stuff. Oh. It's make to eat. Okay, yeah. But wait, it's make to eat all of it. Yeah, see, that's why I will assume my wife texting now, maybe. Or it's Nora, or Ari, I mean. It's make to eat. Yeah, I do make it to eat all of it. For me. What about hickory flavor? Again, it just depends on how strong. They make bacon cinnamon cologne. Yeah, I do not want to smell like bacon. I'll make bacon in the kitchen and let that, the steam and everything soak into my clothes, and I'll smell like bacon naturally, but then I'll at least enjoy it. So one thing that tastes like bacon, and that's bacon. Strathgar, I agree. It is very, very true. Bacon is bacon. Anything else is a wannabe. Okay, but anyway, food. Yes, food's great. Love food. I've been making a point to try to print something new every week. And this week is no exception. Give me 1 second. Anybody get it? Spider-Man meme? I need more Spider-Mans. So yeah, this is my latest print. This is a Yoast Studio. What is it? The New Day? Whatever the new Spider-Man is. Am I the Hulk? Yes, Little John. This is the Hulk. Hulk smash. Yeah, look at that. See, it looks pretty good. Spider Joel, Spider Joel. Don't mind the hair. My beautiful hair. So it happens when I put a hat on right after the shower. Yeah, Yoast Studio, whatever the new Spider-Man movie is. Put magnets on it and bada bing. You get So this is gonna be the first multicolor print that I did on the H2D. And for those that are not sure how it works, the dual nozzle makes it nice because, number one, the color swaps are way quicker and way less waste. So there was a purge tower, or prime tower, whatever you want to call it. Only a few, I think, in the very beginning as it purged out the nozzles. A few tiny pieces of poop, and then that was it. And then I put foam in it. So yeah. That's the print of the week. Now, next up is I need Need somebody to design a chit mask? Anybody? Any takers? The problem is, so this thing is, it's good. It's a good representation of what chit looks like. There's a lot of like bobbleheads and models that people have made. And I'm sorry if you don't know who Chit is. Look up Jay Renshaw on TikTok. Hilarious skits. Kind of an office feel, but just like stupid humor. Yep. Do it, lady. Do it on your birthday. All the time. Or whenever you want. But anyway, the 3D models, like the bobbleheads and whatnot, it's like a very cartoonish version of them. And it doesn't, I don't think it represents them very well, like look-wise. I want something that looks like that. I want a mask. I will 3D print a multicolored, you know, as accurate as I can get it, mask to wear as Chit. I mean, really the idea is you just buy a nice wig, get the mustache and the glasses. But I'm not willing to shave this to pull off a Chit cosplay. I'm not that dedicated. Employee of the month, pineapple trophy, yeah. Stupid trophy as he drops it on his foot. That's right, I watched them. I watched them just a few times. The earthquake. Oh no, your picture fell and broke. That's all right, I was going to replace it anyway. Chit, what's that? Not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. It's just something I see on my For You page every now and then. Star Rose 3. Too long. One day is too long. So, which actually, I trimmed it. I trimmed it actually a little bit thinner than I normally do. Or shorter, I should say. I don't look right without it. Since 2013 is when I first actually grew out facial hair, you know, intentionally. And then, liked the way it looked. The wife liked the way it looked. Kept it that way ever since. And then it's only been one time since 2013 that I had a mishap. Thought I had the guard on. I did not have the guard on. I can't remember where. I think I maybe like right here, like something. Wherever it was beyond repair. So I had to shave it all. I shaved it all and oof. Does not look right. You probably have more people commenting "Do it, lady" than "I am awesome" every Tuesday. Maybe we change it to, you know, "Do it, lady." No, because for those that don't know the skit, I mean, "Do it, lady" does not sound appropriate, even though in the context that it was used, it is. Nope. To leave the mistake and look at people with authority. So I covered my face and surprised, I think it was Ari at the time. Yeah, because Nora wasn't born yet. And she wasn't a fan. I think what her exact response was, looked at it, Daddy, I don't like it. Well, you're stuck with it. Yes, Jupiter Robotics. Brother's kiddo cried seeing his dad without a beard for the first time. Yeah, and that's the thing, when they're like, if I did it right now, especially Nora, she's 4, she's going to be 5 in November, is she's never known me without it. So if I shaved this off, it would be one of those things. I mean, I don't know if she'd even recognize me because it just changes your face. It's amazing how much even just like thin facial hair changes the overall look and shape of your face. But I look goofy without it now, so I'm stuck with it. It doesn't take too much maintenance, so I don't mind. Have her, yeah. Then she'd understand, but then she'll be like, "Why did you do that?" Toast. So yeah, so we are not partnered. We do not do subs or donations at this time. We have had talk about it. We can talk about that for a minute here. Is with partnership, there comes some restrictions as a business of how we do things and what we can do, what we can't do. There are some benefits, but we've actually talked that exact thing. Is we would never. This is never going to turn into a money grab. You know, the streams we want you to, you know, meet the team, get to know the team. You know, that's why Tiffany does a stream, Greg does a stream, Sean does the feedback hour to give just that feedback. I do just to, you know, entertain the masses, I suppose. But we've talked about it. Is if we ever would do that, because I have no doubt the community would support us. You know, no problem whatsoever there. But it would be something if we ever do it. if we can make it all work out right, is that money it goes into a pool, it goes into an account. That account doesn't get touched. It doesn't get spent until we do something special for, ideally the people that come here to support and watch. Whether it be hey, let's do a big, every month we give away a printer on a random stream. That way, the people that are here to support us throughout have a chance to win. I don't know. There's a lot of things that we have talked about it. We've brainstormed it actually a little over a year ago about it. We just haven't kind of moved forward with anything there. We got a few other projects, but very good idea. Like I said, we've talked about it. If we can make it work, it'd be great. Strathgar, we've talked about that with Pete. So Pete and Dongye do the Wednesday open meeting or the Awesome Squad meeting. And they stream that. Technically, they don't stream it to live. You have to be part of the Discord. You have to be level 15 in activity to be able to see the meeting happen and be part of it. If you're not part of it, for those that are here, we do have a Discord. It is a very active Discord. It is a very helpful Discord. It's a very fun Discord. And I'm not just saying that because it's ours. We often have just hangouts, random hangouts, just to talk whatever, 3D printing, goof around, have fun, game nights, video watch nights, whatever we might come up with randomly. But that's at discord.polymaker.com. If you're not there yet, you should be, because we do daily spool giveaways. Every single day of the year, you have a chance to win filament. No matter where you are, internationally. So that's one awesome reason to go there. Other awesome reasons, like I said, knowledge, help, support, just the community's love and support on everything. It's a fun place to share, to inspire. But also, you get to know about certain things coming out sooner than some people. If you're active and long enough, you get level 15 unlocked and you can actually be part of the Awesome Squad, which is with our product managers. You're learning about product before it comes out, before it's even announced, before anybody else. Sometimes you get to help name colors. You can help come up with ideas for colors. There's a lot of things that have come from that meeting and the input from that meeting that go on to actual product. A lot of it, like we talked about the game, the Builder's Mark and Max Payne worked on together. The community helps in so many ways. And it's not limited there. It's in so many ways. That's one thing I've loved about Polymaker even before I worked for him is they're so involved with community. They actually really, it's not some cliche company like, oh, yeah, let us know how you feel. We'll listen. No, they take it into account. They'll listen to it. If it makes sense, we'll roll something out. Doesn't mean that we grant wishes. We don't do everything that somebody comes up with. But if it makes sense, they've rolled it out on many occasions. There's proof is in the pudding, and there's so many things that we've had that have been, input from community. Lots of fun in the hangouts, plenty of karaoke brought to you by the Joel. Not the Billy Joel, but this Joel. I do like to sing, just for fun. Some people don't like to have the karaoke in the hangouts. I get it. But it's fun. Get some of that good 90s music on. Or some new stuff. Like I said, you never know when you come into a hangout what's going on at any given time. If you ever need help, I promise you, if you go in the hangout and there's people there, ask the question. Even if we're being silly, goofy, doing whatever, we're going to stop and help you. Some things just aren't cost effective. Exactly. Builders Mark. There's a lot of things as a company. It's not just you can make it happen. Oh, hey, you're a company. You got billions of dollars just sitting in a bank account where somebody's sitting on a cash, pile of cash. Not how it works. Even with money, even with investments, a backing, it's got to make sense. It's got to be cost effective. And in the end, we are a company. While we do give a lot of stuff away, we're not a charity. We are a company in the end. But a company that does truly love their community, which makes my job that much more enjoyable. Can you loan me 32 sloles? I actually ran out of my last slole yesterday. Does anybody else in here have a slole to give to DJ Midnight Wolf? Builder's Mark, yep. That's Little John been pointing that out before too. He's an OG guy too from original 2012 Kickstarter. And it was Polymaker. So there was no E. The logo had no E in it. Pretty neat. Got some stools you can have. Oh, see, So Real Rice Box doesn't have any stools for you, DJ Midnight Wolf, but they do have some stools. They can give you. I have a couple of stools you can have. I remember when Polymaker was a Kickstarter too. Yep, Polymaker. They did eventually switch. I have something over there I can look at to tell you when they switched, but it's in a pile of stuff. But yeah, anybody? Before I go, it is 9 o'clock already. The anticipated half hour of assembly. It could definitely be done easily in a half hour. Actually, less than a half hour. So, Builder's Mark, I think you were right there. Obviously, I was taking my time figuring out what does what. But good stuff there. Anybody have some questions for me, or for the masses, or for Polymaker? If it's technical, I'm probably not going to give you a right answer. If it's community related, probably not going to give you the right answer. Tony Wright, that is solid advice. Don't accept any stool samples. Still have the original Polymax and Polywood. Oh, you still have this. Oh, the spools. Very nice. Collectibles. What's the lore behind the name Polymaker? Wrong answers only. Well, what it is one of our founders, Xiaofan, our CEO, he used to be, in 2010, he became infatuated with the toy Polly Pocket. He collected every Polly Pocket series and version that came out. He actually has the largest collection in the world currently. Recently opened up a museum of Polly Pocket collectibles. And with that, since he loved Polly Pocket so much, he's like, what can we name a 3D printing company? Because he loved 3D printing too. He thought, well, let's create some filament. We can do some quality filament. Let's see what we can do. So he's like, but what are we going to call it? We know who's going to use it. Who's going to use the filament? Well, the makers are going to use the filament. So, okay, there we go. Makers, but just doing maker, it seems kind of just too easy. So how can we change it up, make it a little bit more snazzy, kind of cool? We're going to drop the E. So maker, M-A-K-R. Okay, that's cool. So mold those two together. You get Poly. You can't call it Polly Pocket Maker because you're not just limited to making Polly Pockets. So Polymaker. That's how it was born. Little John Xiaofan was a superhero called Polyman before he founded the company. Fun info, the scientist model originally was internally called Polyman. So you're not far off. What about Amazon related? By the way, Amazon is really rough on your filament. I got 6 total rolls thus far with broken vacuum seals. Thankfully, the filament is still good. Dr. Boomstick, I agree. I'm not bashing Amazon. It makes it easy for fulfillment, getting it to you quickly. I don't know the full plans. I mean, ideally, obviously, we could just eventually have enough capacity at our factory/warehouse to ship everything from there. Is that an end goal? I think it might be. I don't know for sure. I'm not that involved with that team. But I agree. So just not to tell horror stories. I'm not bashing any company here. But I recently got a box of 10 or so spools from Amazon. And one of the spools came in a plastic bag with no box. It was still sealed. I opened it up. It was still in the sealed factory plastic. But there was no box with it. It was just the spool. So I feel you. We make notes of it and everything else. All that feedback. We do ask, anything that's out of the ordinary. It's one thing if it's got a ding in it and they dropped it, that can happen. If it's an issue, reach out to support regardless. We'll get you taken care of. But yeah, especially if it's weird stuff too that you see, like the box missing. Let us know. Let us know the order number. We'll get a batch number. We want to find out these things because we can't tell Amazon to correct things if we don't have proof. Like, oh, okay, correct it. How do you know that we did that? Well, order number here is this picture. Order number here is this picture, this batch, etc. So. Polymaker Joel is poly full of it. Strothgar, I don't know what you're talking about. That was a real story. It's a real made-up story. Polymaker's most popular product, Polyterra, is made from a secret blend of recycled bubblegum and pixie dust. This is why it's such a pleasant matte finish and so easy to print with. They have a team of highly trained fairies who chew the gum to perfect consistency before it's processed into filament. That would be true, Peekaboo, but we don't have Polyterra. It's Panchroma Matte now. Same stuff, but yes, it did originate as Polyterra. Company's signature Polybox filament dry box was invented by a retired deep sea diver. He was so used to keeping his equipment dry in the ocean's depth that he decided to apply the same principles as 3D printing filament. The desiccant inside is actually just freeze-dried seaweed. Peekaboo, are you throwing these through ChatGPT? I remember when Polyterra Watermelon was called Rose. I think in Europe it still is called Rose. Sunlu CS and CSO makes me... Yeah, I mean, and everybody's got their drawbacks, things that happen. Some things are quality control, some things are out of their control. But yeah, Panchroma Matte on sale, by the way. Yes. Oh, real quick, for those that are looking for filament, the sale is going through September 1st right now on our website. There is no discount code. There are reduced sale prices on the filament. There's a handful. There's even some that's not Panchroma in there. Go search the site. If there's anything that you're looking to get, that you need, that you want, that you were thinking about trying, go check. If it's on sale, get it now. Because while the sale does last until September 1st, the deals can change weekly. Just because it's on sale today does not guarantee you that same filament will be on sale next week. It could be, but there's no promise there. So if you see something you want on discount, get it. I mean, I knew the sale, of course, was coming. I did not realize how cheap some of that stuff was going to be marked down. Now's the time to buy. Brandywine72, thank you for stopping by. I'm here, which actually, real quick, we're going to do a giveaway. Brandywine's got to go. I need to get going too. But let's do a giveaway. Let's go to the giveaway. And here we are. I am awesome in chat right now. Twitch and YouTube. Do it now. Do it lady. Do it all day. Do it all night until I hit draw, because afterwards it doesn't count for anything. So get them in there. I am awesome. We'll do that drawing real quick. Hopefully Brandywine can stay for just a minute longer. I won't carry on too long, because you never know. Brandywine might win. Or Technoside 2 might win. Bluefy might win. Tony Wright might win. Technoside 2, I think I already said. Sheezy. Nervous Pajamas could win. Candace Wilson TN could win. Tinchel could win. Warpaint and Unicorns, maybe. Villanux, possibly. Builder's Mark, he's probably not going to win. It's the way the cards fall. But anybody can win. Anybody in the world that is watching right now can win. Water, water, water. Okay, we're going to be drawing. We're going to get 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds to get your entries in. And if you miss out, I'm sorry, but I'll be back here Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will be sharing some 3D printing news, show off some community prints, and interview a new maker. This week is Officer Granite, which, if you haven't heard of him, he does a lot of... He's Officer Granite, first off. He's an officer of the Pokemon variety type ranger. And he does animatronic Pokemon, 3D prints them, creates them, makes them move, beaks move, snakes move, wings move, everything moves. Really cool stuff. If you go check him out on TikTok, Officer Granite, go check him out. He's going to be the one that I talked to this week. Figure out how he got into all of it. How does he create all his fluffy feathered friends and slithering little snakes and rat-a-tat-tatas or whatever else they're called. But we're going to get the drawing in 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Who is going to win? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Waiting. Somebody's got to win, but we don't know who until now. Almighty Malachi, and it's a YouTube win. Congratulations. I told you, I fixed the YouTube stuff. That's why you're going to now see a scheduled show for Thursday. I did last night, so that way the giveaway works on Thursday's show too. So come back and see me, 7 p.m. Eastern, for Meet the Polymaker on Thursday. And if you have any feedback for customer experience, Sean goes live on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for live feedback hour. And then tomorrow also, Tiffany, I believe, is, I want to say 5 p.m. Eastern. Could be wrong on that. Watch for the live notification. You never know. But for those that have stayed, let's show some support to somebody. Let's see who is live. And I think it's been a few weeks. Let's go to this. Actually, you know what? Here, wait, hold on. Let's is there 3D printing going on currently? Of course, the one time that our new friend T-Pain is not not 3D printing. We do like to keep it legit, even though I love T-Pain. I can't make those exceptions. But actually, this is going to be a good timing. We're going to raid out to Layer by Layer, who is one half of the Unspooled podcast team. And they are actually interviewing Danny from Neokoi Prince. Likely, oops, I got to put that on Twitch, not the YouTube part. They're probably talking about the Snapmaker U1. Danny can now talk about it now that the embargo is lifted. Why is it not raiding? No, we got it here. Okay, so thank you all for coming. If you're ever on YouTube, I don't think they stream on YouTube yet. Go check them out on Twitch. But appreciate all the support. Hope you guys had fun today. Got to see some balloons popping, some battles of the dummies of the 13s variety. Anyway, thank you guys for everything. Hope to see you soon. Go show our love to Unspooled. Tell them we all said hello from Polymaker. We love the guys. We'll see you guys later.